Right. Welcome to Headwrecked. I'm going to kick off with this while Alan finishes his bowl of cereal. I'm just going to keep on going. His mouth is full, so I cannot be disturbed. So, welcome to Headwrecked, the show where we talk about stuff that's wrecking our heads, and we want you to give us stuff that's wrecking your heads as well. Make sure you connect with us on all the socials and follow us and like us, and even give us an owl review. We've gotten a couple of reviews on the old Spotify and the old what do you call it? What's the other one? The old iTunes. Um, they're just stars. No one has said anything, which is probably a good thing, to be honest. They're just
Hey,
star.
listen,
They're all
you can have a tr-
fives.
you can have a 3-star Michelin restaurant with anyone saying anything, so that's what I'll take it as.
Well, there you go. There you go. And look, we are looking for your input on stuff that's wrecking your head as well. So we have a brand spanking new email, which Alan doesn't know the name of yet. So here we go. It's thelads at headwreck.com. That's it.
I'm just sorry, just
Email
like
the
is it
lads.
THE or like unbelievable
No,
lads?
no, the lads. You see, now
So
you've made it complicated.
THELADS.
It's the lads, all
So
lowercase.
tellets.
The lads at headwreck.com. Yeah, and it works because I've sent one to myself to test it. So there you go. So there's one in the bank.
It,
And what
it, it, the only person emailing us is the same as our one listener that we have, which is you. So that's kind of depressing.
you're not supposed to tell them that yet. I've
Oh
used
yeah.
0.01% of our mailbox on that one message. Literally. Right.
Please don't
And
spam. Please don't spam the
oh,
mailbox either.
spam away, because it'll wreck my head and we can talk about it. And the thing that I emailed myself, well, emailed us, I should say, is, do you know what really annoys me? Really wrecks my head at the moment, and it's such a big thing. Maybe it's dying off a little bit now, but it's just gender reveal parties. What? I don't understand it. Like, am I just too old that I don't understand it? Like, what is the point? I,
Well,
I'm I've seen loads of videos, right? So I'll tell you where
yeah,
I'm coming from. So I've seen loads of videos of, a cake being cut and it's blue or pink or whatever way they're going to do it. We're not going down the whole gender issue on this, just the
that's a
actual
separate
reveal
thing.
party. So is it, you know, a balloon popping and then whatever the confetti inside it is, blue or pink or whatever? But like, what happens after that? So with a christening, you know the scenario: you go to the pub and you get pissed afterwards. At an engagement party, you get pissed. At a wedding, you get pissed. Whatever. What happens at have you been to a gender reveal party? But I just don't understand. It's like, way it's a boy, or way it's a girl. What then? I
I'm
don't
not
get
gonna.
it. I just don't get it. Please explain it to me and why people feel the need one.
I'm not going to lie to you. There've been some parties where I've met up with somebody and it was a gender reveal later on that night. You know,
What color
that's
was the
slightly different.
confetti?
Yeah, that wasn't confetti. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's more of an American thing. Is it more so? Maybe
I don't
I don't
know.
know anyone locally who's done it.
You are.
I don't know anyone locally. By locally, I mean like I don't
I
know many
know
people having
one
babies.
person
In
that
fairness,
went to
but
one, and that was my first question, and they said it was just really awkward afterwards. It was literally 15 minutes, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a boy."
was it like were they having a barbecue and he went, "Let's burst these
No, it
balloons"?
was just a room, and everyone had their phones out, and then it was like the cake.
Well,
That's what I mean. Like,
I
how
never say no to
awkward is
cake.
that, right?
I never say no
What?
to cake. I'll go to any form of party if there's free cake.
Yeah, but if the inside of it is blue or pink or whatever color is chosen, you see, I'm weird with cakes. I don't like really icing. Like a cake that you'd see in a
What?
shelf in a shopping center.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Now
don't
come on,
like that cream, whatever that cream stuff is. It like has to be in the fridge. Then I know it's
cream,
fresh cream. Then I
cream.
know it's fresh cream. I like
Do you
my
mean fresh
cream
cream? Do you
fresh.
mean
Okay.
buttercream? Do you mean
No,
that
buttercream
other
doesn't.
one,
I don't. Buttercream is too.
creme fraiche?
Yeah. No, they say, yeah, but that would be in a fridge. Creme fraiche would be in a fridge.
Well, it should be.
In the yeah, but you know what I mean. So I'd eat that cake and I'd love that cake. But the whole,
But you have to
you
take the cake out of the fridge. You don't climb into the fridge to eat it.
you know what I mean. It's
The
fresh
moment you
cake,
take
and
it out, you're like, oh, it's
you
ruined.
see, you're getting away from the point. What is the point of a gender reveal party? And is the cake nice?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What happens if you're having twins? Two
uh,
cakes? That's
two
my type of
balloons.
party.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good question. Actually, so what if you're having twins and one's a boy and one's a girl? What do they do then? I don't know.
What's
Maybe
what happens if you mix blue and pink purple?
I don't know.
Having Barney the dinosaur as a baby. Hey, everybody, I'm popping out.
Right, so you haven't been to one, right? And I know one person that's been to one and said it was cringe. So look, I don't know if we're going to get to the bottom. I just don't see the point. I don't get it. You're going to find out anyway. I know people are old school and don't want to find out until it comes out. Fair enough, that's grand. But I don't understand the point of it now. Is it just a way of getting money and presents? People
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah. I think that might be what it is. Like, is it people were that missing parties over COVID? But let's just make something up because this is definitely only a 2 year thing at most. I don't ever remember. Maybe they existed,
Yeah,
just weren't social mediaized to use to use a verb. But yeah, it's a weird thing.
it is. And then like it's such a big money spinner as well. Obviously all the Hallmark companies of the world are going to jump on it. It's the same as baby showers or all this kind of thing. It's like such a money spinner. It just annoys me. I'm going to sound like such a Grinch here, and my wife is going to hear this and go, "Oh my god, I cannot believe you said that." But it was our anniversary there the other day, and I bought a card right for it.
Was it
And
your gender identity reveal? Was it to her?
it was, yeah, yeah. It had a picture of a
The
donut
beer
on
didn't give it away.
it. Yeah, yeah. It was 425.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
four
ridiculous.
25 for a card. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the card making business, but surely that couldn't have cost more than 10 cent to make. It couldn't
Well,
have.
it's probably 425 because you picked up at the local petrol station on the way home because you forgot to get a card. That's probably the reason why it was
No, I
425.
actually printed it off from work. I had to buy a ream of paper, glossy. I had to buy toner for the printer,
How
full
did it cost
color. No, I'm
425
kidding.
then?
I'm kidding. I don't know.
Okay, I
No,
think you
no,
downloaded the card. That was actually a really good idea. Download a card, print it out.
no, but
Trademark,
425.
trademark.
That's bananas. How much is a gender reveal cake? Like, I don't
I'm
know.
assuming it's more than
I'm just
425.
baffled by this generation's stuff that they do. I just don't get it. I'm feeling old now. I'm
So
feeling
what
old
else?
from a out of touch point of view. I don't feel old, but yeah, just stuff like that. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know how else to say it. I want you to tell me the meaning of a gender reveal party, apart from revealing the gender.
And it being a party and gets to give an option to
Yeah.
give free
Yeah.
cake.
Well
I think
then,
it's
well then we've gotten to the crux of it. It's just for money and presents, isn't it? That's it.
I think it's the way to glamorize and Instagram moment it for no reason
Yeah.
besides we're going, look how great we are with our gender reveal party. Look how much we
Yeah.
spent at this party.
But do people
Like I'm
really
going to
care?
rob your house when a baby's born.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God. But then there's you have you seen the ones where like you see the mom or the dad or the guardian, whatever, getting annoyed at whatever sex it is and like absolutely destroying the party because it was a boy or a girl of one of that they didn't want. Like that that's ridiculous. Number one, how did he not know? For starters, he's the dad. How could he not have asked? How
Yeah,
did she not tell him at that late stage? And like, cop onto yourself. It's your child. Doesn't matter what it is.
absolutely.
I'm on a total rant tonight, aren't I?
Once the baby comes out healthy, that's the number one thing. But asking this question, if you'd have another one, would you be a boy or girl?
If I were to have another one,
Yeah, not you personally, obviously.
no,
Yeah.
but which would I like? Well, I mean, I have a boy, so I'd like a girl to see what that's like. But either way, I don't care. No, but you
That's
know,
like your normal chat at the weekend.
but Shh, don't tell anyone. No, but
Our
it's
trip
like,
back to
it's
Thailand back
like
in the day.
I had don't have one, so I'd go for that. It's like
Sure.
I never
Yeah.
I never had a Ferrari, so I'd pick that over a Ford because I had a Ford, because that's the only reason I pick a Ferrari. No, but you know what I mean? It's because I
You need
never
money as well.
yeah, well then, yeah,
That's
but
why. That's why you
yeah,
don't. Hang on. You don't even drive a Ford. Let's just get that out in the open here. You don't even drive a Ford.
I don't know, but I had one.
Did
What's
you?
wrong? Yeah, I did. I had a Ford Focus. Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
actually, that's something there. Oh, you've opened a wound now. That's something that really wrecks my head. I have a couple of regrets in my life. Just a couple, not many, or not many that I can remember. Maybe I've suppressed them. I'm not sure. But one, one is getting rid of a Ford Focus Ghia. The top model
Oh
one.
yeah,
Loved it.
yeah, yeah. Was that not a real
For
boxy? Almost like a mini people carrier. Went before there was people
No, no,
carriers.
no. That was my first car. That was a Hyundai. No, no. I had a car. I had
Oh
a
yeah,
couple of cars after that, but Ford Focus, and I got rid of it for a Land Rover,
I remember the Land
Freelander, and it
Rover.
was my biggest regret because it was a absolute pile of dirt. I would never no matter how much money I have, I will never ever buy a Land Rover again, unless it's one of the cool like army ones. You know, the ones that are literally bolted together that can drive through water. That's the only one. And if it breaks down going through water, I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Not breaks down driving over a puddle, as my Land Rover did.
But in fairness, that's because it was a 4-wheel drive welded into a 2-wheel drive. Isn't that right? That you kind of changed it.
I did, but I had
to. See, you got to remember that. That was like 20 years ago.
The transfer box broke going to the rear wheels, and I was like, I'm not paying 700 quid. It's grand. I'll let the front wheels power the car. Then it started to slide. It was just such a shit show. Anyway, if anyone out there drives and you know what I'm talking about, don't ever buy one again. Absolutely.
And obviously, if Land Rover are listening and you want us to change your minds, you have the email address. It's thelads at headwrecking.com.
Unless it's the one that's bolted together, I'm not interested. I can say that.
They're all bolted together.
No, but you mean Defender? You know the one, you know, like the Defender, the big square boxy,
but not the new one. I don't like the new
one that the Queen would drive if she were alive. She would not drive.
But technically, there still is a Queen, isn't? What's his name? King. I always say King Charles. I always think of a dog. His wife is the Queen now. It's now only she's Queen's consort.
What does that even mean? What's a consort?
It's a very posh. It's a posh show where people perform. I'm going to the consort.
Fair enough. No. I think Camilla is Queen, but like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't care for the royal family.
Look, you're really pulling them out now. The royal family. What's the point, right? It doesn't make sense that I suppose you could argue what I'm going to say as well, but in a democratic society, to have a king ruler, I find that baffling.
Like, I don't even think the king has any power.
I don't know.
Like, our
the
president has to sign
here?
off. Yeah, he can sign things off. He has to sign things off. I don't think the king just goes, "Oh well, this is quite an interesting looking article," and that's my Prince Charles.
I don't know. He can obviously change stuff because, like, I mean, the Queen would just like write stuff when it happened, and she said that she didn't want Camilla to be Queen, and then the minute she popped her clogs, he went, "Fuck you, mammy." No, that was more Irish than.
That's something totally all together. Oh, fuck you, mammy. Fuck you, mammy.
Fuck you, mammy. I can't do it now. I can't. Anyway, he was
mammy,
like,
fuck you.
Screw you, mammy. I'm making Camilla Queen. But at the end of the day, who cares, right?
Maybe she have a Queen reveal party. Queen.
Yeah. I know you'd break through the cake, wouldn't you? You big queen, you.
Hello, Mr. King.
But could you be part of the royal family? Like, I don't know. It's on the lines of like, you know, going to all these ceremonies the whole time. I couldn't do that.
No, like as introverted as I am,
I can't even go to mass, right? I don't know how a priest does it. Like, I don't know how the queen or the king stands at a ceremony like for 4 hours and then puts a wreath somewhere. I'm not diminishing anything of what they do. That's not what I'm saying. So no one give me shtick over it. I'm just saying that would wreck my head having to go to all of these things and go.
Yeah, it's almost like a non-musical version of Michael Jackson.
What else does he do? I can't do his voice. It just turns country. I can't do
it. Just country. Hello, how you doing? Sorry, we're not insulting the royal family in any shape or form.
We're not insulting. We're just questioning why.
The actions of which they are required to perform. Hang on, that sounds really weird. Yeah. Anyway,
look at you. It's way too late in the night to be talking shite like that. Well, look. I mean, you've opened a few wounds on me tonight. And I started off with a banger. I'm not just talking about my Land Rover, oh, mama.
But you didn't talk about Land Rover at the start. Come on, that joke's ruined.
Shut up. What's wrecking your head?
So, it's what I would like to call dishwasher juice. You know what I'm talking about. Dishwasher juice. That's
I think I do. But do you want me to guess, or are you just going to come out?
I'm talking about a machine, just to clarify. I don't hire somebody to wash my dishes, just to clarify that. It's not a dishwasher
the ensuing juice from said person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Be it male or female.
Oh, Mr. Allen, I wipe your dishes. There's no
What?
juice here.
And you get on to me for the accent I did of King Charles. What's yours?
The dishwasher. You never
Oh,
heard what she sounds like, so either does anyone else. So,
oh.
do you know when your dishwasher finishes and you take stuff out? You think, oh, I'm going to take this cup out,
Are you
and
still talking
water
about the
just goes.
machine or the person when the machine finishes? Sorry, go on. Yeah.
All right, I'll just continue on. Thanks for
I'm
that.
composed. Go.
The moment has passed. Uh, yeah, so you know when you take out a cup and then all the water is on and you don't realize you turn it upside down and it lands
Yeah.
on the wall in your sock, and then your sock is soaking wet for like
Yeah.
I was going to say days, but obviously you change my socks more often than
Yeah.
that.
It's so
Horrible.
annoying. Yeah. Or it's worse if a wine glass, because you know the kind of concave top on the
Yeah,
stem, like
yeah.
on the base, and there's
I've
like
that with the
a
pet food
puddle.
bowls. We spoke about last time about the
Yeah.
pets I washed a pet, and then there's like an insert around the edge of it, and it's always on top. And then I pull it in and it all goes on all the bottom ones. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know what do I have to do now? Do I just close the door and go, I'll try it tomorrow. It might have dried off
Yeah,
by then.
yeah, yeah. Just put like, oh, there might be a bit of steam that's going to come out and dry it. Yeah, just close the door and see.
Yeah, but I like to open up the steam like, I'm 5 years younger when you open the door.
Really, really haven't done it in a while. Yeah. Well, speaking of juice, bin juice,
Oh.
bin juice. So I have a love-hate relationship with bin juice.
Do you want me to leave you a straw next time?
No, bin juice is rotten. And I have this really annoying habit of when I'm shopping and bin bags are on the list, I will go, what's the best amount of bin bags you can get for the best amount of money?
49.3 cents each. And like, I don't know
For
about that one now.
200. That's a good deal. If you bring it home, you may as well be putting wet toilet paper, making a bag out of wet toilet paper. They don't hold shit. No, well, they don't
Oh,
hold shit for sure, but they don't hold anything.
not even that. It's the problem is you bring home the bag. It may as well be like the old 10p sweet bags. You can get like 3 bits of rubbish and you're like, oh, it's full. It doesn't even fit
Yeah,
in the bag. You're like, that was
yeah.
pointless.
I can
And then you
never
just have
get a
to put that
bag.
into
Yeah,
another bag.
yeah, yeah. I can never get a bag to fit the bin either.
Yeah.
And then the effort of taking it out. I don't know what kind of bin you
I
have,
know where
but
you're going with this. Mine's the same.
I can envision it. You're pulling it out, and there's a metal handle that goes across the
On,
top of the insert. The black bag catches in every time. The suction, the whole insert lifts out with it. Then you rip the bag, pulling it out. The bin juice goes everywhere. Is that what you're going
yeah.
to say, or am I just being dramatic?
No, there's a bad design flaw on the bag, on the bin box. What would you call it? What would you call bin? What would you call the thing you put the bin in? A bin, I suppose. They think the bag sits in.
It's the bin cert.
Oh, Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
come on.
That
If
was a
that's
rubbish
not
joke.
already taken, oh, that was a rubbish joke. If that name is not already patented, come on, that's mine. The bin cert. That's good. Tell me it's good. Don't leave me hanging. Okay, go on. Tell the rest of your story.
Yeah. So
Bastard.
anyway, the handle I have in mine is on the inside. It's a square bin base. That's what we're calling it, a bin base. But the handle's on the inside of it. So normally you'd be on the outside, so the bag can go around the edge. But when the bag is around the edge, you can't then pull out the bin,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
bin
Yeah, because
sits
you always,
below.
when you put the black bag in, you always fold it over the edge so it doesn't fall
Yeah,
down when it gets weight in it or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
But you normally be able to lift up the handle because the handle's on the outside, but
yeah.
the handle's on the inside of the bin. And because the bin sits within the bin, you actually can't take the bin out. So I have to tilt the bin at a diagonal, 45 degree, push it up from the bottom, and then pull it out, then pull out the handle, and
Oh,
then the bag rips.
fuck that. Just get
Yeah.
a bunch of bags for life, fill them, and just throw them out your balcony. That's what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, and that was something I was going to bring up as well. Ironically, nice segue into something that's been wrecking my head recently. Is I live in an apartment block, and we have a bin store, a shared bin store. There's several things that wreck my head about
I've
that.
so
Go
many
on.
questions. No, go on. When you said bin store, I've so many questions because it just
It's not
reminds
someone
me of
selling.
something.
It's not selling bins.
No,
Go
I
on.
know, I
All
know.
right,
No, go
Gaffer,
on.
you like a foot on spin? You want your handle's terrible on the inside. All right. I don't know why.
And
Yeah.
I was going to do the accent and mention the bin cert, but I'm not going to now. Go on. Right, go on.
Uh,
Your bin store.
so a couple of issues. People who leave the bins outside of the bin store in the car park, like walk the extra 5 meters and bring the bin in. And
Oh,
let it,
why? Because you probably have to put a code on the door, do you? And that's
no,
too
no,
much
the doors
effort.
are
No.
open. It's walking through 2 sets of double doors that are left open. but they just throw them outside in the car park rather than walking the extra five
Yeah, but
meters.
bin juice, Alan. Bin juice.
But then the bin juice is in the car park. You don't have to walk through it.
I know, I know, I know.
It's horrible.
Ron.
Or then the people who leave it in the doorway, like, oh, fine, I'll just step over then just to get to the bin. Like, the
Yeah,
bin is right there.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then the smell of the bins. Smell of the
Oh,
bins.
communal bins. They're the
Oh my
worst.
God. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
Absolutely disgusting.
they
And
smell like a bin lorry going by. I don't know how lads
I
work in
wonder
bin
why.
lorries. Like, yeah, yeah, I don't know how they work in bin lorry. I just couldn't deal. You know, when you're stuck behind one in traffic, and it's like, "Ugh, how could you work in that all day?" I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Clear, there's loads of money in it. We all have rubbish. I just physically couldn't. I'd be gagging and getting sick everywhere. Apparently,
Jobs
they
right for
wear a
you.
special aftershave. I heard that years ago. I wonder is that true? I must Google it. That bin men wear an aftershave that repels the smell and clears their nostrils, and they can't actually smell it.
Like Vicks.
Yeah, Vicks would work.
Vicks Vapor
Yeah,
Rub. I know I was watching, remember those programs, those Hoarders Gone, obviously Hoarders Gone Wild. That's a very,
that's a good concept. What would happen in Hoarders Gone Wild? They
or,
clean up? I don't know.
Hoarders Gone Wild. Yeah, it's like the porn version of like bin men. Yeah.
Bin store, bin store. You when you mentioned bin store, I lived in an apartment block years ago as well in Dundrum in Dublin. I don't live there anymore, but I used to love going into the bin store. Not for the smell, it stank, but
I think I know where you're going with this.
people always had this thing of if they were moving out, they would like stuff they didn't want anymore. They would leave it just
Great
inside the
stuff.
door. Oh, listen. So I got some fucking deadly stuff.
I
We
got
got
like
a
six sandwiches last week.
yeah, just six. No,
Like,
but I've
yeah,
got
yeah,
like
yeah.
a lovely little table, and you're kind of like it's there for the taking. I got a lovely wall, a stand upright mirror. I got this jumper. I got no,
That
but
explains
you
it
know
so
what I
much.
did get once? No, actually, I won't say what that is because I'll tell you off air because I said where I lived, and then someone might come looking for it, so forget about it. But yeah, found some really cool stuff there, and we'll just leave it at that.
Was it
There
a
you go.
parked car? Sure, this
No,
is
it
parked in
wasn't
the
a
bin.
parked car.
A parked car. It was on its way to the concert.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but it's cool.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
some people,
yeah.
like I get it. Like some people that are moving away and whatever, and they just leave their stuff there. Like,
Some really
but
good
the
stuff.
worst part was bringing it from the bin store. I always found because I had to go up 3 flights of stairs or walk a bit further to get to the lift. So like you're like, I don't know who owned this. So if I meet someone in the hallway, it could be theirs. Then there's the awkward, how yeah, this was yours. You left it in the bin store. It's now mine. I'm walking home with it. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, but at the same time, as if they left it there, that means they didn't want it. I know this is an embarrassment thing, more so
Yeah.
going, oh God, they're thinking my smelly furniture is in his house
I
or
know,
apartment.
but like when the standing upright, mirror thing that I'm talking about, it's on legs and you can kind of swivel
A
it a little
mirror?
bit. Yeah,
Oh, a
like
dressing mirror, dress mirror. That's what it's
exactly,
called.
yeah. So like I was really embarrassed bringing it up through the stairs, and like someone passed me in the hallway, and like I think it was a jacket or a jumper over it. This is a full length mirror, as if it wouldn't have been
Do you know what you
obvious.
should have done? You should have held up in front of them. They would have thought it was themselves.
Absolutely walked the whole way through with it just in front of me.
You know, I go,
Oh,
I recognize him.
where
Oh,
were
it's
you
myself.
then
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
taking a mirror
But you had
from
a
a bin
jacket on.
store?
People probably thought you were smuggling in like a big,
Oh, stop.
like a 7 foot or
I
whatever
was
it was.
so embarrassed. I was like,
Reflective.
and there's part of me that goes, I know the code to the gate still if they haven't changed it. If I'm ever in Dublin, I'd love to just swing by and see is there anything good
Dump
in
off
the
all your
bin
rubbish.
store. Just dump the rubbish and see is there anything worth taking. I'd love to
I do,
check it.
I've done with this couch. Oh, it's another couch. But there's people, I agree.
Oh,
Like, recently there's like full couches, and I wander over going, I could bring that up and we can give it a bit of a wash,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and I could use it. But then, not arsed.
I
I've
know,
nowhere to
but
put it.
because you're like, I have this thing where like, oh, it's going to waste if I don't take it, but I have
Yeah,
no room for it.
yeah. But then you take it, you wash, you put them on adverts for 200 quid, and you take 50. Boom, done.
I've never done that. I've never, no. You're
Really?
really good at selling stuff on adverts and that kind of thing, are you? Or you used to do it years ago, I think, did you? But I've never done it. I remember selling something once on eBay and I ended up having to pay more in postage
Yeah.
and whatever, all the little
eBay's
bits
horrible.
and pieces they take off you. So I went, fuck that, I'm
Yeah,
never doing that again.
yeah. No, no, I never. On adverts, yeah, I would have been. And actually, as an additional segue into that, I was only selling something I actually
Mm.
have a couple of things up on
Clearly,
adverts.
just can I just I'm going to stop you there because clearly you're on you've either learned that word today in work, segue, or you're on the S's on the word of the day toilet paper because you've used that
Yeah, I started on A
non-stop.
this morning, though.
Yeah.
I've already reached S. But what word would you use instead of segue? Linked or moving on?
Anyway,
Connected?
just anyway, I know I do use segue, but a lot of people don't know, especially if you write it down because
Do you
it's
think is
not
that the thing you
spelled
sit on?
like no,
Is
no,
that not?
because that's not how you spell it. It's spelled like if you were to read a phonetic, it's Segui, Segui. It's like
CIGUE?
no,
Is there was a
Segue, Segue.
is that I never knew that.
Yeah, it's not Segway. That's the brand of the little
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah,
scootery
I just
thing. Yeah, but no, no. So it doesn't. So if you ever write it down, people are like, "What the hell is that? That's a typo." Yeah, there you go.
Segway.
Anyway, it's
Segway.
it's Segway for me. Sorry, you were
Um
saying some sort of a segue.
yeah, I can't remember what it was now. What were we talking about a
Sorry.
second ago?
Uh,
Oh, adverts.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've a couple of things up on adverts at the moment, and something that's absolutely wrecked my head for anyone who's used adverts or done deal, or there's other plenty of other platforms out there you can sell things on, is the people who go, yes, I'd like to take that. You go, great, fantastic. Send her a private message. When suits, I'll be there tomorrow, 2 o'clock. You're like, fantastic. And then disappear. They go into a witness relocation program. They've changed country, so no have to reply to you. And you can see they're online. Like, I can see you fucking online. Just go, no more. No, I don't want any more. Thanks. Just time wasters.
And can you
Complete time
keep
wasters.
messaging them then, or
Oh
is
yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Or
is
like
it like
you
this
have
whole like dating app swipe left, swipe right? You can only talk to them if they talk to you first, kind of a thing.
no, so they have to basically so let's see something for 20 quid. They go, I'm gonna pay 15 quid, you accept the offer, and then you can private message
Right, right, right.
message each other. But like they're online, you can message each other and they don't reply back. You're thinking to yourself going, what is wrong with these people?
Are they
And
hedging
even worse,
bets and kind of
uh,
going send this
yeah,
message
maybe,
to 10 people that are selling the same thing you are
yeah,
selling,
maybe.
and then
Yeah, like, but the thing is, you have something up for 200 euros and you're thinking, oh, I'll take 150 quid for it. And they come like, I'll offer you 4 sliced pans and a Mars bar. You're like, no, that's not what I want. Like the stuff that people
although the
offer
price of
instead of
food at the
actual,
moment,
well,
that,
yeah,
to be fair, that's not
yeah.
a bad deal right now.
But like some, so I remember I had something up for like 75 euros and a guy came back and went, I'll offer you 12 euros for it. I'm like, no, it goes, okay, 15. That's all I'm going to do. I'm like, okay, no thanks. And I just got a barrage
And
of messages
would you have
afterwards.
shifted anyway to like 50 quid even or
Oh yeah. So normally you put stuff up for about 20% more than what you realistically would
mm.
like for it.
So it is
So
like a
because you know
dating app.
people height 7'6". No, you're five. You're 5'7", Alan.
I
Yeah.
wrote
So
down a list of things as well, right? That wreck my head. But like some of them are so obvious that I'm not going to say them. But I was just thinking about well, like what stuff really wrecks my head. Um, and one thing is one thing that annoyed me. It's not when people do it; it's the fact that people expect it. Is the whole toilet seat thing between men and women that really bugs me. And
I
I know
have a
this
very
is
good counter
working
argument
out
for that.
loads of times, right? But I don't understand why. I understand why we have to put the toilet seat up, right? Because our
No.
piss goes everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But but I don't always. If my piss goes on the toilet seat, I wipe it
Just
off,
wipe it. Yeah.
right? So,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that's fine. But the expectation that we have to put it up and leave it up is unfair because the alternative is we just leave it down and keep it clean. I just find it really annoying. It's like an extra job to do that pisses me off.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Literally.
But here is something really interesting. If you leave the seat up, how many movements does the other person need to do to rectify? One,
Bowel
put the seat down.
movements. I
No,
don't know.
so women will just need to if you leave the seat up, they just need to put the seat down. It's one movement.
Yeah.
Versus for men, they need to put the seat up and put the seat back down. So it's
Mm.
double the amount of movements. Versus if men just put it up once and they put it down once, both equal status of one movement each.
Yeah. And that makes sense to me. And that's why I think any person, I have to be careful with
Yeah. gender
pronouns
reveal
now.
identities.
All I can, but any person who has an issue with a toilet seat being left up or down is someone that doesn't know how men piss. You
Yeah.
know how a man pisses, and so do I. Sometimes it's a straight stream. Sometimes it can fork like a snake's tongue. Right. And neither
Sometimes
of
like
them
the
are in the
Trevisi
bowl.
fountain, you
Neither of them
know,
are in the bowl, right? Sometimes sometimes it could be
it's in the
like
shower. Yeah. Off to the side. Yeah. But you know what? Just add that, just where on this is going. Have you ever gone for a piss wearing sandals? And you're going, why am I feeling a spray on my
why would you
foot?
put
And you're
sandals
like,
on your cock when you're having a piss? Yes, I have. I
I
have,
need something
or
to
just
rest it
in
on
bare
beside the
feet, and
seat.
you're like, "Oh my god, there's a sprinkle." And I know that is totally gross, but anyone who's really grossed out by that and doesn't understand it is someone who doesn't know or hasn't asked the question. It's a
Or it's
normal thing. It's 100% normal, and it happens all the time for no reason. No reason at
unless
all. Well,
unless
there
you're
can
like,
be some reasons actually, to
yeah,
be fair,
it could
but
be a
in
mutual friend
general,
of ours who doesn't sit on the toilet. So that could be what it
it
is.
could be that. Yeah, it could be you're on a semi.
But oh yeah, and then it goes on the roof. Yeah. Um, but the only problem I have with like I typically never put this toilet seat up. I always keep it down. And as you said earlier, I'll wipe it in. I think because
So when you say down, do you mean like the seat and the lid, or just the seat? Like, would it
so I
make
will
more
if
sense
I
if
flush, I put the lid
everyone?
there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
flush,
Because
obviously
then
put
it
the
may,
lid there
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. Do you?
You stop your poo particles going into your
Is that
toothbrush.
a thing?
Yes. So if do you have any plants in your bathroom? Most of the time the reason why they flourish is because of all the moisture in the air. That's
Was
what the
that not
grows.
from
Yeah,
the
exactly.
shower?
It's from a combination of everything. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna have to investigate that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd advise you not to, because then you'll go like, oh God, I'm not touching
How
anything
do
in
I
here ever
Google
again.
that? Are there
Yeah.
poo particles in my bathroom? Anyway, sorry, go on.
So I think because like I say growing up, but for the guts of 15 to 20 years of going, it was only females in my household.
Hmm.
So for me, it was just easier. I've always kept the seat down. But my son puts the seat up, obviously,
Hmm.
because that's just what he does. But he sometimes does it in the middle of the night. Now I have two bathrooms in the
You need to
apartment, sir.
get him a bedroom.
Dude, he sleeps in the
Sleeps
shower.
on.
So I have my ensuite, and that's kind of the main one because, as I mentioned, kind of last time, was I've got two cats. That's their main room.
Hmm.
They stay in that bathroom. The thing is, he might go to the toilet in the middle of the night and put the seat up.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know if it's an age thing or a comfort thing or a sleep thing, but in the middle of the night, if I go to the toilet, I sit down and go for a piss. I'll sit down in the middle of the night.
It can be comfortable, especially when you're tired. When you're
That's
drunk,
exactly.
sitting down
It's 4
pissing when you're
a.m.
drunk is so nice.
Yeah, but the problem I have is it's
Not
going.
when you're in the pub
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
urinal.
exactly. Yeah, or in the off license.
Yeah.
Um, the problem, I don't turn the light on, because if I turn the light on, it's me awake. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
keep
yeah.
the light off. So I go by touch or feel. But the problem is, because he's put this seat up, I haven't realized that. So I go and sit down on a very cold, semi piss covered seat, or not non-seat, because obviously he's nearly
Yeah.
8, and then he fall down the toilet. I was like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
saying my toilet is like 3 foot wide and the seat
No,
not to fall
I
down it,
know,
but
but if you're
the
sleepy, that's gonna
panic.
happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you go, and then you sit down. This is another thing that Rex had. I'm not going to say related rather than segued. Is when your member, we'll call it for the member,
You're a
your member
member, right? The member
touches
of the
the
club.
toilet
Yeah.
bowl, and you're convinced you've picked up every form of STI
Absolutely.
going.
And in your house you don't have it. But if you're in someone else's house or in a public
Public
toilet
toilet.
or whatever,
Oh,
oh
you're
my
like,
God. It's like
oh.
that's it. I've got herpes and I need to chop it
And
off.
I'm convinced that's why. Ever gone into those public toilets
You're
and
convinced that's where you got the herpes.
and they have the kids sink, which is much lower down. I just dump my balls in it and wash it after touching the toilet seat. Only problem is sticking under the Dyson is tricky. That's all you hear.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
but you
I don't even know
but
where to go
yeah,
with that one.
when you sit down in the toilet and your sausage touches the inside of the
It's
toilet, you're like,
horrible.
oh,
It's
you feel like,
horrible.
yeah, and
And
you
then
kind
you're
of
like,
have to.
oh, I just cleaned this earlier with bleach. If there's a bit of bleach,
But
it's
no, but
not
not
going
your
to
own
be
toilet,
bad.
other
Yeah.
people's toilet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then,
Oh, yeah.
so then you try to rub it with a bit of toilet roll, and then the toilet roll peels off, and then you pick it off rolled bits of it from under your skin for about a week.
You need to wash yourself more frequently. if you're peeling that off for a week.
And you're going, that's not bin juice, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. It's a form of
Yeah.
bin juice.
Piss washer juice rather than dishwasher
Fucking
juice.
hell. Right.
Yeah,
That's a major segue now, moving from uh the annoyance of having to lift or move down a toilet seat to having toilet roll stuck under your foreskin. Wow. I think that's a really, really good I think that's a really good time to leave it there, I think. Yeah.
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 Listen,
I don't know. I
in
can't do
life,
any more than that. If I go on to anything else right now, it's just going to be it's just
in the
not
back
going
of
to
your
live up
mind,
to that. Yeah, yeah.
miniature joint spliff roll bits of tissue it looks like underneath your foreskin. There you
It
go.
does. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
It does.
I think we're going to leave and the fact
And
that
especially when it
we
gets stuck between your
both
teeth.
yeah. Oh, it's like making. Do you remember papier mâché in school years ago over a
Yeah.
balloon? You blow up a balloon and then put the wet paper on and it goes all crusty. It's just like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, everyone, don't forget to send us your an email with stuff that wrecks your head or stuff that you would like us to talk about. And what's the
What's an
email,
email
Alan?
address?
What is it?
Oh, it's thelads@headwreck.com. And
Yes.
also, if you're not email savvy, you can also follow us on Instagram on head_rect.
Yeah, oh, very good. Look at you.
I
And
tell you.
yeah, I think we're on Facebook. So, but does anyone use Facebook anymore? And I refuse to say X. We're on Twitter as well. Don't really use it. Maybe Alan start using it. I'm shy to it, but
No, I'm off that. Only people who use Facebook are the people who are above 60 now.
all right, okay. So I'll be using
We'll
Facebook
talk
soon.
about Facebook the next time. I don't know what wrecks my head about social media bits, and I'll keep Facebook
Okay, we're
on
going to
that
save
plan.
that for next week. You've been awesome. This is actually very. I was on a bit of a lull today, and you've gotten the laughs out of me, so I've
Good.
enjoyed it, and you've definitely unwrecked my head. Is that something we should probably
And give
say?
you visuals to take away next time you go for a piss.
Absolutely. Next time I'm having a piss, I'm going to think of you. Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you
Thanks,
got to send
Alan.
me last time.
Thanks, Alan. Love you. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye.
bye.